So some of you in this room I know, some of you I don't know, well most of you I don't think I know. I may have seen your faces around from time to time. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the studio manager at a company in Plymouth called Real Visual Group Consultancy. It's snappy, it really just rolls off the tongue. We're about to become a different company. We're rebranding at the moment, and we're going to be called Inside Infinity Studios, and we do sort of virtual reality type stuff, sort of games with purpose for people like the MOD and Airbus and people who make big cattle sheds. It's all quite exciting. We're just about to release some stuff on YouTube 360. I don't know if any of you have seen that or played with it yet. So yeah, there'll be some stuff for you to see what we do, or what we've done for Airbus, which is pretty cool. Previous to that, my history is I was a student over the road, College of Art. I know.
No, not working in College of Art. It's fine.
I heard that there was some sneaker
Intruders.
So I was a
No,
student from over there. After I finished that, I went to Brunel University up in London, where I did a master's in video game theory. I was really lucky to have Steve Jackson as one of my lecturers throughout the year. Anyone who doesn't know who Steve Jackson is?
About the names.
Games Workshop. So he's the co-founder of Games Workshop and Lionhead Studios and general foosball legend. The guy is unbeaten for his whole time he's been a lecturer at Brunel University. He's awesome. So I had amazing guest lecturers there. From Ian Livingston, who also co-founded Games Workshop and co-founded IEDOS. And who else do we have? Chris Deering, guy who pioneered PlayStation 1. His guest lecturer came and taught us all about PlayStation 1 and its inception. A whole load of other people. Peter Molyneux. Get in the Molyneux. So anyone who hasn't been to a game jam, you should definitely try and find out when the next Molly Jam is happening, because it's really ridiculous and it's a lot of fun. From there I became a lecturer back over at the College of Art, teaching video game theory and sort of how to make your CV look good and get into the industry. From there I became creative producer for a company down here called Remode, where we worked for Sony and Nickelodeon and a number of other companies doing sort of prototyping stuff, white paper work, things like that. It was all really cool. Then worked as a project manager at Real Visual, and now the studio manager at Inside Infinity. So it's been sort of quite an interesting zigzaggy road to get where I am. I think there's more zigzags to come yet, so I look forward to those. So what I'm going to go through today is sort of very briefly one of the lectures I used to run over at the college. This is what I love most of all, is game theory, sort of really understanding how games work, the mechanics inside games, dynamics, rules, things like that, sort of the very nuts and bolts, the tearing apart of games and looking beyond the very visceral front cover, sort of getting into, something deeper than just like, ooh, it looks really pretty. So what we're going to look at today is game theory, really. So I don't know how many of you are games students or into game theory or games in general, kind of thing. Okay, so one of my favourite authors and one of my favourite game theorists is an amazing woman called Jane McGonigal. She's absolutely incredible. She's done a couple of TED Talks, she's got a book out. She's amazing, inspirational. She's all about driving force of how games are a force for good in the world. And if we make games holistically and with intent and purpose, actually what we can do is we can change the world. We can make this place a better place by being enthusiastic about the kind of environment that we want to make for other people to experience and share it. One of the four core things she says that makes a game. The first one is goal. So all games need to have a goal. Without it, it's not a game. Second thing she says is it needs a voluntary input method.
Graeme, can you use black?
Yes.
Just shows up a little bit clearer.
It's the worst D in the world. I just hope no one saw that.
Well, no one
We
has
didn't.
it.
Yeah.
I'll just test it and see if you were paying attention. don't know why I changed to. I've got capitals at the end. I think I like the word method.
Stop!
That's how. Be quiet, you. So goals, input method. Also, voluntary participation. I'm just going to abbreviate this. Voluntary participation. And the final thing that we're going to go through today is rules. My writing wasn't any better when I was a lecturer, by the way, just in case any of you were wondering. So those 4 things are the 4 pillars with which games stand on. If it has those, it's a game. So what we're going to look at today is rules. So rules are really, really hard, believe it or not. It's really, really hard to make a set of rules that are easy to follow, that are understandable, and that can make your game actually accessible to everyone else. So, if I want to make a cup of tea, again, I'm just abbreviating because I'm too lazy to spell the 2 letters. So if I want to make a cup of tea, before anyone says, "Oh, don't drink tea," if I want to make a cup of tea, what's the first thing I need to do?
Buy tea bags.
Buy tea bags.
Yeah, house with electricity.
Buy tea bags. What else? What's the second stage of making a cup of tea?
Buy milk.
Get a cup.
Do what?
Buy milk.
Buy milk. Get a cup.
It's going to get us that point there.
Fresh water. Teabag Street.
Milk first.
Teabag Street.
Buy milk.
Bag out first. Just always that. It's like water first and milk first.
Buy milk. What else? What else do I need to do to make a cup of tea?
Boil some water.
Boil some water. Okay.
Fill the kettle first.
You water in a kettle.
Fill the
You've got
kettle.
laser vision.
Can't buy a kettle.
In your hat.
Okay. So boil water. What did you say?
Fill kettle.
Fill kettle. So fill kettle. What's next?
Packets and shit.
Okay.
How are you going to boil the water? Are you going to do it by electric or do it by campfire? Or...
I don't know. What's your chosen method?
I don't know.
Laser vision,
Yeah,
hamster
hobbit,
wheel,
whatever.
You're a hobbit.
Friction.
I use fire magic.
Sat there just rubbing the kettle.
I roll for fire
Heat it
magic.
under the sun.
Just leave it out.
Yeah.
Roll for fireball.
So boil kettle. So say add fire, shall we? Just to make
You
it
can put fire, energy, whatever.
Relight fire.
Fire in. Bring your fire in your kettle.
add fire, regardless of whether it's in black. You're not going to be able to read it anyway, are you? It's like a spider that's fallen into an inkwell and just thrown itself over a page. So add fire. What else?
Put boiling water in cup with tea bag.
Put boiling water in cup
With
with
tea
tea
bag.
bag.
So you put tea bag in the cup first. You can split it up into 2 sections.
Okay, so put tea
Wait
bag
to you.
Wait for the water.
Teabag cup.
tea
The milk
I
goes
thought I
in
was boiling
first.
the kettle.
cup.
It's starting.
No.
I don't think you can
Then it goes to tea bag, then
Wait
it goes
until-
milk.
So put tea bag in cup.
Yes.
If you
Then
put
what?
milk in first, you're a savage.
Milk in first, then kill yourself.
Who put milk in first?
I put milk in first.
What is wrong
Ugh.
with you?
I've been telling you this for 5 years.
That's meant we are.
What have I been for 5 years? I tried to make it.
Uncivilized. Anakin.
You're going to lose
I just like to
milk.
break the rules.
Put
So
Dory
put tea
In
bag
fairness, you
in
are putting
cup.
a bag full of dried leaves in a cup of water first.
TB.
down. Kill your enemies.
That's what happened to my last student. So put tea bag in cup.
Put water in cup.
Remove.
Put boiling water in cup.
Pitch water
Put
in
boiling
cup.
water in cup.
Put tea bag.
If in McDonald's.
Leave
spit
tea bag in
water.
for 5 years.
5 years.
Stir.
Nice
Stir it
strong
first.
British
That's not
tea.
builder's tea. That's like
That's British tea.
that's
I
pretty
think it is.
strong.
McDonald's.
It's got a top though.
So put hot water in cup.
It wouldn't be. You put a
Stir it
microwave.
with a spoon.
What, after 5 years?
It's 5 years.
Oh, shit.
It's not
really
water.
Stir.
You didn't guess it.
Really water.
What's next?
Add milk and sugar if desired.
No.
Add
Remove
milk
the
and
tea bag
sugar.
first.
Do what?
You're going to get rid of the tea bag first.
Take
Yeah.
the tea bag out. What?
Put the tea bag up against the side of the mug.
Yeah.
To release all the tea.
Once the milk's in, you tend to forget tea bags in there, you end up being served tea.
I have never seen an in-depth discussion on making tea.
Yeah.
Got a
Swish
20-minute
bag.
video here.
Swish bag, yeah.
Remove bag, you're saying, right?
New company name.
Swish it with a spoon. Throw a tea bag out. Whatever.
Yeah.
Bags.
Yeah.
What's next?
Do we put it in the recycling or do we be in
Put in the frozen, do food recycling. You can do it in the recycling.
I think
Is a tea bag versus food?
I
Yeah.
guarantee
Milk?
In full bay we have food waste bins.
Yeah.
What, and a tea bag is an accepted form of food?
Because they're biodegradable.
Yeah, they're biodegradable. They're
So,
tea bags are compostable.
Protein.
I'd love to see the person that eats tea bags.
Only when you drunk half of it and left it for so
But
long.
yes.
I can't be bothered with this
I drink
shit.
it currents.
You're like, do you know when you give like
It's just
crumbs
making
to
it, you're also
dogs
drinking
that
it.
eat it up? You're
Just
like that
making-
with cold
In which
tea.
case, I think we're probably there, aren't we?
Like a Hoover. Like that thing from the Teletubbies.
Stir.
We've got stir.
Okay,
After milk.
we've done stir. It's number 8.
Yeah, but you need to do it after the milk.
Yeah, you stir the milk in.
Diet.
Look who started.
Unless you're a heat.
Just lay it down.
So you put the milk in first. Then you only have to
Stir
stir it.
lasagna, right?
To make a cup of tea.
I think I'll do sugar and stir it again after that.
Fuck's sake.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, now you're stirring
So-
tea time.
That's the way I like to do it, just twice. Pew, pew. Round. So
More of a whip.
those effectively, as a room, we're agreeing are the rules of making a cup of tea. Okay.
The rules of being British.
You need to remove the spoon, otherwise you poke your eye.
In all fairness, nowhere on there does it mention putting a spoon in. It just says stir.
Doesn't
With your
mention putting a spoon in and stirring.
Elbow.
Go to hospital to treat fingers.
Also, it doesn't say.
Something in the mug.
Where are we? Boil kettle. So
With
Have a
nothing
look.
in it.
add water
Yeah.
or
Fire.
remove lid and add water.
Plug
Or
kettle
plug
in.
kettle in. Or where are we going to get our cupboard from the cupboards? Or there's a whole load of rules that are actually missing to making a cup of tea. If you want to drill it right down, there are a whole load of rules for making a cup of tea.
Is that common
If
sense?
Does somebody actually...
There is common sense. Now what we have here is a series of rules. And what we don't have here are what we call illicit rules. They're a series of rules that you understand yourself, that you take in as someone who's made this and had this experience before. You take in a series of illicit rules with you because you fundamentally know how to do these things. Now, illicit rules can cover many things, like if you're playing tennis, for example. You know, if you're playing a game of tennis with your mate, you're playing for fun. You're not following the strict rules, you're just kind of knocking it about, you know, trying to just get it to each other. There are a series of illicit rules that you've agreed upon without actually having to say it, that says, you know, I'm not going to score this point, or there are no points, or it's not out if this happens, if it goes over the white line, because you're just playing for fun. You're not playing by a hard, fast set of rules. But there are a hard, fast set of rules. It's the same with making any kind of game, whether it's digital or board or card. You're going to make a series of rules, but only you are going to know those series of rules because you're the ones actually making it. It's one of the things that designers fundamentally forget they have to do, is to be able to sort of take what they are making and working on over such a long period of time that they fundamentally understand, that they will begin to overlook as they carry on. You forget that you need to add things for the player to be able to interact and enjoy your experience, your crafting for them, because ultimately that's what you are doing. Most people, unless you have stupidly large amounts of money, you're making projects for someone. Even if it's self-funded to make a game, you're still making that game for someone to enjoy. You know, you're not making, for the most part, so unless you're stupidly rich, you're not going to be making a vanity project where you can say, I don't care what anyone thinks about this game, I'm just making this for me. I don't care if you don't get the rules, that's not important, I'm just making this for me. Fundamentally, what you'll be designing is something for other people to enjoy, so they have to be able to understand the rules that you set in that world for them. So, now we have a basic understanding of the importance of rules and how much depth, this is a definite no-no by the way, if ever you become a lecturer, to have your back to the whole room as you wipe the board and carry on talking, just so you know. I'm just going to carry on doing it anyway. So the reason you have those bits of paper Any played this game before? Squares. You've never played the game of squares where you've got some dots, you add the dots, you draw lines between the dots.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it when you make squares. Ah, he was in the title. Why didn't you say squares, Graeme?
Last time I played it was over 20 years ago, but yeah.
Okay, so in your pairs, at least one of you in your pair has played squares. Is that correct? Okay, so what I would like you to do in your groups is I would like you to write down, forget the number, let's say
50?
8 rules that you need to be able to play squares. To give you 5 minutes to do that.
Are you talking about game rules or?
And then, yeah, the rules. So when you have finished this, you're going to need to hand that bit of paper over to the team to your left. Why not? And that team then has to play your game of squares by your exact rules.
Oh god.
Eat paper.
Okay, so.
And it must be done within 8 rules. You must describe this game in 8 rules.
Okay, go on then.
Alright, so.
And you can't write one long rule that covers 12 different things. One rule covers one mechanic.
And how low are we going? Like, are you literally going, you need to get paper and a pen? Or are we going to assume that they've already got a paper and a pen?
You have 8 rules to play this game.
Right then, first things first.
Well, that's 2 rules. That's get paper and get pen. Get pen.
Okay, we'll make it 10 rules. We'll say get paper and get pen are rules.
Get a dildo.
What?
That is not a game of squares I remember.
You get a pocket, put the dildo in.
This is looking more like noughts and crosses. Everything like. You're using the dildo for a 0. Stab it.
Some lines have been crossed.
You'll get there eventually.
I'm just going to capture this masterclass going on here.
Yeah, that's fine. We were thinking we might come up with some new rules, because I have never played this before. And
What happens if you accidentally just get the exact rules?
that would be cool. So.
Getting the focus, like walk around the room here. Looking sexy.
Yeah. So, if I remember rightly, I was neutral. Yeah. No, basically the idea is to gain as many squares as you can. You own a square, you have no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I could go here. If you went there, that means I'd be square. Or down
Maybe what I will do
You back. I'm Graeme.
I don't know, I'm with Tom
Yeah, so it's going to be a draw parallel with just draw an ending.
Look at ours. Girl? I'm not a girl.
You guys are white.
No. Lame like you.
Yeah, it was like equal.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, so if it's 3 down, it's got to be 3 across. What's the word? Graeme, what's the word for 3 down and 3 across? Like maintaining equidistance from the central point. There's a word for like having 3 down and 3 across, or 4 down and 4 across. They have to be the same. Thank you, ratio. Never mind.
Horizontal and vertical ratio must be
Oh, I
1
should
to
know
1.
about that.
It's
Some resizing.
Square. They can do
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
If a player wins, they can now
First time.
The rules I play is when done. The rules I play is then somebody else will pick square. The person who completes it will another line. If they complete another square, they draw another line. If they complete another thing, it's one person who wins. If you lay out the correct line.
So far, these.
It'd be a big has to say me, but has if I get
Guys, you got 2 more minutes.
I need to play really definitely. 10 rules.
Now it's like, no.
When you start leaning over your paper. No.
Legit, they were stealing from them.
It's not stealing. No, it's called competitive learning.
It's cheating. You would pay them.
Isn't it like an industrial espionage?
Whoever wins the game.
Instead of saying
You're going to hate our game.
Not give us this. Oh, they're going to have a terrible time.
supposed to make your own games.
that's what it said.
Yeah,
And he's like very good.
When you complete the school,
when you shut down, it's a skill.
If you want to.
So you put 10. 10? Oh yeah, the rules are...
Come on, I'm thinking of many rules here. You're like, none of them are real. Real. Because you're jelly is my brother. The grid has to be 15 by 15. See, I'm being nice and giving you some hints. That was my next one. Every time we play a comps, here's the you need to say what happens if the player loses. If the player loses, he has to get a bitch left.
Okay, it's like 30 seconds.
We're making the assumption they know what a square is, right?
It's like 30 seconds.
It's preschool. And even preschoolers know what a square is.
Computers don't.
Yeah, but computers don't.
Computers don't.
It isn't really
Wait, you guys are teaching it AI?
Pens are required. Writing.
Yeah, this is what the AI is like. What is a pen?
Marking apparatus.
No, what is a pen in this game?
Okay, that's done. Done. Okay. So it's actually a really hard challenge to get the rules done in like 8 rules. Super hard. So if you pass, you're sorry. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, if you want to pass your games to the team to your left, so you'll be over that side and round.
There we go.
So we got 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That way, no.
Oh, okay, so not I met.
Sorry.
Oh, right. Okay,
Oh, mate.
Don't get confused.
Go that way. Go that way. That way. That way. My left. I'm focused on all your attention, so it's all about me. That way, ladies. That way. Pass that way. No, that way.
We only have rotating.
Nobody knows their left and right anyway, it's fine.
Well, some people are correct for them.
Nobody's there right.
So it's passing it around that way.
Paper and pen for each.
No, I meant that way. You know, just pass it that way. Pass it that way.
I'm backwards. I'm right.
You need to write the rules. It's a great argument, but that's I won't force a debate as long as
Rule number 1, Graham's always right. Graham, we've got 2 now.
Anarchy! Well, you know, I'm going to assume you all put your names on them, so you know who's who's. Okay. So by now you should all have someone else's rules. So I'll give you a few minutes just to start playing these new set of rules. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Don't try and shoehorn your own perception of what the rules are. Follow the rules as they say.
No, didn't we do it yet? Oh, it's not. I think what?
Man, you are protected over
We need to have a dramatic action shot. There's no dots. You can only draw 1 line per turn. There can't be an infinite amount.
I didn't reach GCC.
No, we're doing this one.
I did. I have 3 GCSEs to my name. I got a technique.
The grid must allow square shapes and even make ratio.
Oh, piss.
Yeah, no, you've got to call that one as well.
So I have to draw all the dots.
No He actually does.
They haven't said that they need to be different colours, so
This is going to be the most like nauseous video ever. With me just running around with it.
Now he's put it into VR. The ultimate C6
It's just that the single shoe plays.
One rule implicitly drops out in there, but it needs to be.
it's a 10 by 10 grid of
Join dots. It's like 5 runs in one. Draw, play on draw.
Draw a non-diagonal line.
We go down by 15 by 15. Just take it.
That's my first go.
15 by 15. The rules says 15 by 15. You don't follow the game.
May do 2 less, do step 3. Cool. So I can start.
I know, so I think it's 15 minutes. Come on, I made the grade. I really don't want to. I'm going to catch it immediately.
150.
Ready for one?
It also records more. So we have
Let's play squares.
You were nice.
Fucking shout.
So you scream it.
Join 2 dots.
Yeah, that's our implicit rule.
Easy game.
Or square of dots.
Oh, really? No, I mean, like, you can do it like it doesn't have to be. So I get that one.
Rich, just shuffle out the way. Sorry.
Done.
I've never even played this game before.
When I do this, Will, I guess that one.
Did you guys finish?
Yeah.
Let's go. Shall we get this?
It's all right angles technically. It's diagonal.
I mean, it kind of looks like you've got like a cage with barbed wire at the top.
Oh, see, I thought it might be like an ale tankard. You know, that's a bit of a head going on.
Fair enough.
Over here, it's fun. Everyone's so on tangent.
How have you guys got along over here? Have you finished?
We killed the game instantly.
You killed it instantly.
Because our rule 3, each player must take turns to draw one line between each dot. The first player will always win because they'll draw a line between each dot, thus filling the grid.
Fair enough.
Never say this is non-linear.
Okay. Have you not followed the it has to be 4?
A battle of life and death.
There's a couple of them. You know image right now.
It was a draw. Yeah, you drew a picture of a bird.
Yeah, we were really pleased that I was established. Yeah, I know.
Let's go. That's like diagonal.
So a really great lecture.
Actually, one thing I've got to mention in our shop. In theory, you could actually just go and add more dots until you make one stuff. No, I don't think anybody.
Okay, guys.
In theory, nobody. I bet no one would say that.
Okay, other than the few teams that had to draw like 1,000,000 by 1,000,000 squares, dots even, you should have all by now managed to play or break someone else's game by this point. Anybody play a set of rules that just work absolutely fine?
I mean, it's technically a game.
But weren't as well described. We're not quite exactly the same rules, but it did work perfectly.
Did work perfectly. Is that because you took some of your own imagination into it, or?
Oh yeah, well I guess the grid one.
Okay, so technically unplayable, I guess. If it doesn't specify a grid, you know, or at least maybe playable, but not by any kind of
But only if you like
linear understanding.
You draw a grid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we could apply this.
Yeah.
So you gotta do 10 grids.
Okay, has anybody managed to get a set of rules that are completely unplayable? You just can't do anything with? Kind of. Okay, so why? What was broken about your set of rules?
Unfunny internet jokes.
Oh, that is unplayable.
And cringe-worthy.
So unfunny internet jokes.
Yeah.
Well,
Playable game.
So you would want to play it, though.
okay, so quite often, most games, board games, two very core fundamental rules. Single player games, multiplayer games, online games. You know, even the boxes specify how many people, when you enter into the game, you know, how many people do you want in your group to play. You know, RPGs, how many people in your raid. You know, all these games specify how many players. And who goes first? You know, nearly all board games, if not all board games, I can't think of any off the top of my head, or any card game that doesn't specify in some way how the player goes first. Like in Munchkin, the person who owns the game gets to go first. You know, so there's a clear way of sort of defining who goes first. So, if we want to look at squares, we want to break these rules down. What are we saying the first rule is?
You need 2 players.
You need 2 players.
You can do 1 too.
You do what?
It can be more.
Sorry.
You need
Okay, let's just say standard game of squares, okay? Not multiplayer extreme squares.
That is going to be my option. I'm going to make multiplayer squares.
That sounds pretty cool.
And those squares is not Minecraft.
So is Minecraft. Come into someone else's territory.
Okay, what's our second rule for squares?
Need dotted paper.
No one talks about squares.
Dang.
Okay, what's our second rule of squares?
Why?
Choosing who goes first?
Choose who goes first. Okay.
Deathmatch.
Squares.
Then you only have 1 player.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you're so whipped.
Is this not where gladiators came in?
Okay, third rule.
Correct.
6 by 6 grid. Grid.
Squid.
6 by 6 grid. What does that mean? What? Just draw straight lines? Okay. So, draw dots in a grid. In a grid pattern, equal distance from each other. Or 1 centimetre away from each other, something like that. Because you're going to get someone who's going to go, they're equal distance. What are you talking about? It's like, shut up.
None of those were dots. That was where it fell down.
Okay, so draw dots in a grid pattern, equal distance apart.
I'll probably put 1 centimetre apart because equidistant is still technically really minute.
No. You can play the game regardless of the shape. They don't have to be squares, technically. You can play this game with any shape. Hexagons even. And they can all be equidistant from each other, like in Civ.
And we're talking about infinitely small distances. You can play with infinitely small pencils.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay, so
That's what I call it.
rule number 4. What's rule number 4?
Jesus is rule number 4.
Yeah.
Only 2 dots can be connected at any one time. That's a wrong, obviously. I mean,
Players take turns.
Get pencils. Drawing implements. 2 dots joined. Use a
That was the rule that we went by.
Yeah.
What time do you call this?
Players take turns connecting dots. Connecting
2 dots together onto another adjacent dot.
You'll have to bear with my spelling, it's pretty awful. I don't know how I've got as far as I have with it. So, players take turns connecting 1 dot to another adjacent dot. Dead. Dot. Okay, what's the next rule?
Do you have a colour per person?
Pardon?
Different colour.
You don't need different colour?
No, you don't need different
Oh yeah, we just pulled that off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lines must be horizontal or vertical.
it's a good one.
Diagonal ones that The paper can be rotated during
Must be horizontal or vertical.
to the paper. You can rotate
Because you can
it.
You only draw 1 line per turn.
I guess as well.
relative to
No, you're right.
Wild space.
Just specify what a line is.
Yeah.
It
has to be a straight line. Well, horizontal vertical.
Nuts.
Draw 1 line per turn. What's next?
Unless you pick a square.
Don't overlap lines.
Don't overlap lines. Yep. Do not before.
We're going way past that.
Yeah.
No, because we can have 8 as the win state and then just wing it.
Wing it.
Well, 8 just.
If you've got this far, you'll be alright.
Lines must not overlap.
Lines must be clearly defined.
Okay, what's rule number 8?
Run around screaming when you win.
Complete a square to get a point.
Complete square with no dots in the middle to get a point.
We are still assuming that people know what a square is.
That's pretty good.
Complete square to score a point. Square equals 1 by 1.
Dot.
Yeah, grid.
Grid
unit.
one matrix. 1 by 1 no.
1 by 1 grid unit.
That'll do.
Anything else?
That's 8.
Game is complete when no more squares can be completed.
If you complete a square, then you can get another go.
Yeah.
We were sure about that. Is
Yeah.
that
This is what I mean. Like, it's regional. It must be.
I didn't think that. That was a rule that I didn't know.
The old regional square rule.
I never realised squares have locality.
Next on the switch.
There's boxes here.
When you play squares in Amsterdam, it's very different.
It's more a game of rectangles.
So when you complete the square, player takes another turn. For the worst.
Because then we illustrate to people what square is.
Yes, I can not.
Rule number 10.
When no more squares,
There's
game finishes.
Oh, well, no.
Right, definition of space.
You
can remember it. Yeah, you can just count it.
Drawing cork.
Yeah, I like the square more than the actual word.
Yeah.
When all check boxes.
Yeah. This is a funky square.
I don't think any of them is technically square. None of them are actually equidistant.
You get out your ruler, you start getting your ruler.
So when all squares are completed, game finishes.
The person is
There is no squares with
Points.
points.
Well, you're going to get another record.
Maybe not help.
No pointer exception.
All of these events is just how long the top pitches and all records.
Player with the most squares is the winner, equals winner.
Iconic representation.
So this is fundamentally the core of what squares is. So what I'd like you to do now is to take those 11 rules and I would like you to remove 2 rules of your choosing and make them into something else, and then add an additional rule as you see fit. So take 2 out. So take 2 of the rules out and add 2 more. So replace 2 rules with 2 of your own rules, and then add a 12th rule as well. Does anybody not understand?
Take out 2, add 1.
So replace 2 out the 11 rules. Replace 2 of the rules.
At game end, take tab of answer.
I'm sure it's not a problem.
From what's on the board. So from what's on the board, replace 2 rules with 2 of your own rules, and then add an additional 12th rule.
I think we should take out 2
For that, you guys are getting a close up.
See, now you're doing the same with us.
No, we're not. You told me that.
I bet you anything you're going to take.
Yeah, so 2 players, keep it. 2 players. The youngest goes first.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. That's okay, because in our
They're connecting one dot to another adjacent dot.
Yeah, so you that one add my actual here then.
You can really keep you up as well, can't it?
I'm gonna bet anything goes in these videos. You know. It's,
Take out 2, right?
I probably just like have disclaimer, not big right.
Let's take out.
I have just got something to draw in one shot here.
6 is right horizontal.
The name of the game.
Don't forget, one of the core fundamentals of making anything at all is playtesting. Don't just smash out some rules and they go, woo, I've got this, rules, yay! Don't forget to playtest your rules, because someone else is going to be playing your game.
What two recognitions? Then you started walking at one point. I mean, to follow that. Wasn't on point there. I didn't really walk down the shot, came back. I was like, oh god. That's fine. I'm going to be based on the rest of my road. I can't go anywhere. I can't get anywhere. I kind of forgot to hold the camera steady and the back up as well, so more season. What's that?
How did you guys end up leaking out like Jackson? About the Adobe. You mentioned that.
You're incorporating non-master into
It would be hard to
see through me, see beyond me.
See beyond the map.
Take a picture.
Yeah, that would be the sentence.
Take a picture past them.
But I like that. I also need to look at like square shape, like
If Lee struggles to get his
And then,
once it starts getting built up, I look at the ways of playing it.
You didn't even have a key to get it.
Sometimes if people go in,
Just a second of line.
Yeah. The player 5 has to get win a player.
Buy him a cheeky number.
Has to kick on his knees and kiss his
Draw from the.
Jason, socket. Look at this. We're talking about 3D.
Because regardless, don't take much to consider which game you
That's what playtesting you should. That's fine, that's fine.
That's one of the wrong side of the unit.
Oh yeah, I like it.
It might be more like slap shots.
when is first complete?
No. That's up to players' decision. What if he runs out of buildings to win? That's how the proceed goes.
No.
I know you got us on
Only when
No, you got us on the group.
Perhaps we need something that will
George, I thought you all left the group and left me and Marco.
rock.
Squares around someone's square. Well, they're bad, so you get that. I don't see like
How do you read?
If not all of you have finished by now. Anyone not finished? Come on, slowies.
we don't want to make waves.
Can't say that. How long do you need? Another minute or so?
We're just testing it now.
Just testing it?
Yeah. Give us a minute. It's compiling.
Not give them ideas.
That's unreadable now. Encryption. Make it custom saved.
Scumbag.
Save that image. Need it for
Okay, well, it's kind of in the essence of getting on. I've got 5 minutes to do. Guys, do you want to pass your rules that way around the room? My left, that way. That way this time. Same side.
No, you put it wrong. This left.
That way, that
Point it that way. You were like this. That way.
Tallest person is less than.
You need to do the rules for this.
I am going to make a keyboard.
Who's taller?
Keyboard successfully face roll.
I'm not standing up, you
Straight when you do this.
Okay, so 2 players.
Got the gift there.
Yeah, get ready for it. You know it. No, not your fanny seconds, real seconds.
I got that. This video is like, there's so much stuff I shouldn't be putting online. Yeah, also everything you guys say is definitely getting captured. Like, why? Just this interesting conversation. Thank God. Thank God. Yeah, this is the action shot here. That's going to be the new cover photo on the Facebook page.
Draw one line back.
I very nearly got that.
Thank you. Appreciate the help. How's it going over here? I feel it's fine. I'm just recording the paper, which I don't think anyone can read anyway.
9 and 10 is blank.
I like the house.
If anyone even gets 1 cross, they're the winner.
You guys turned my funny.
Are you working in fanny seconds?
We are working in fanny seconds.
We have seconds. You ever got any sense of time? Is that like fanny meat?
We're slowly trying to draw you a penis in squares.
You know about fanny meats, I'm sure.
No,
My face is never in this video, so I'm fine. And moving on.
I'm done my dinner.
you can just cover the sheet.
There's a bump!
I think it's balancing itself out.
Alright, fuck on then!
Should I be worried about what I'm
Sorry, Matt.
My hand's getting crushed.
Yes, yeah, no. You have to do it with your eyes closed, and we've decided that that means you also have to set up with your eyes closed, so you have to get...
Oh, you gotta go in as well? Okay. I don't think our health and safety covers any of this, or...
What, going in with your eyes closed?
We've been playing for ages now, it's a
I just want to pull the audio from this, and that alone, and just see what we get.
Go in with your eyes closed?
Yeah, I've got some clips of Graeme dancing as well.
How does it feel?
I don't swear.
Yeah. So I've now skipped one because you had 2 attack sales. Now my go. I've got my go plus 2. I've got 3 goes. You make 2 squares. So I've got 3 goes. Right. 1, 2, 3.
No, you can do squares. You can do squares.
Yeah. So now I skip 4.
Looking at us. Okay, so from me on. I win.
Yeah, you win.
Let's skip 4 goes.
I win. There's nothing wrong with not to say I'm training game.
That's fine. You've got 1 point per bit of the game. It's not how big it is. It's how often you use it, right?
So yeah, we'll make it raw.
That's kind of a really horny note.
He tells us a bad lie. He didn't have genuine fear of what he's done.
I never
Yeah, I can tell you, you can draw dots. You draw secrets.
because it was me.
No, it just says score a point. No, it just says a 1x1 grid unit. Doesn't matter.
Don't care about
Oh, yeah, it doesn't say anywhere. It doesn't matter, this is the concept we're using. And then I did those 2 as well. Because it doesn't say here how many grids you can make. A 2x2 square.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't say in there.
I should hit them.
No, I've got these.
The rules are really simple. Yeah, I guess. I don't think so. The aim of the game is
You just stay there when it's 1x1.
Flawless, I tell you.
Such a bad loser.
Okay. It's quite a lot of thought figuring out how many goes I have to skip. It gets infinitely more complex.
By this point, everyone should have played someone else's game, if not through to completion, but through part of it. Anyone played anything that had a particularly interesting or good rule? Yes!
Ours was such a laugh. The rule that was added was game must be played with eyes closed. So we decided that encompassed not only drawing but also approaching the grid. So we had to close our eyes, roll in, find the paper and then make a cross. It did mean the rest of the rules were pretty much unapplicable because we couldn't do anything, we couldn't do any of the moves because we couldn't see the grid or any of that. But it was a real laugh to play anyway.
Cool. Yes.
Ours was players have a maximum of 2 seconds to take a turn, otherwise the turn gets to the guy. which then got to the point where we drew a line, covered it so the other guy couldn't draw on it, and then took another go and then got all the points.
That's cool. I like that. Simon Aitchison, I don't know if you've heard of him, game designer from Bristol. He makes tablet games, but on really big tablets for like corporate events and stuff, and they're all kind of like getting in the way of other people touching stuff. Like, I think it's up to like, one of his games like up to 8 or 10 people.
52.
To what?
52.
52 people just around the tablet, right? Just people fighting to get people's hands on. It's great, I love it. Anyone else interested in it? Yes?
Oh, wait, no.
That's a great story, thanks for sharing.
What were you going to say?
Touching, emotional.
The whole point is that
Yes.
the grid was decided by the number of players. So like if there's 2 players, you times it by 3. So if it's like 3 players, it'd be a 3x3 grid instead.
Cool, it's a really nice mechanic. That's really nice. Anyone else as well? So this is just a very small slice of what rules are. You know, they can be quite a lot of fun. They're not essentially something that's really boring, but they are something that's really deep and very complex and can be quite hard to understand and quite hard to get right, especially when you're working with them and you're so close to them. I hope today it's given you some sort of insight into a very simple starting of game theory and sort of how we can sort of begin to break down and actually understand games to a much more complex nature, you know, being able to sort of identify that actually there's a lot more depth to what goes into making a game than something very visually aesthetic. If any of you have like any questions or anything like that, then feel free to get my details from Matt and I'll answer anything. For those of you who don't know, I do also run an event last Friday of every month along with Vicky called Devon Digital Community. I know a number of you do turn up. I'm massively unorganised, so Vicky is my pusher. Is that the right? Oh, sorry, what?
I was going to say organiser.
Yeah, organiser.
Pusher.
That's a better word than pusher.
It sounds like a drug mule.
So we're last Thursday of every month. Last Friday of every month.
Jesus Christ, Graeme.
It's Friday. Yeah, you know what? It's been a really long week so far, and I've had 2 days off. So it's last Friday of every month. This Friday we're doing Speed Date Studios. So lots of little indie studios are going to come and present themselves as if they're on a speed date, present themselves and talk about what their companies do. And the product we're working on next month is going to be our first birthday. We're running a whole year, games and drinks and basically just socialising with people who like drinking beer and playing and talking about video games. Basically is what it's all about. So yeah, last Friday of every month. Thank you very much for everyone for taking the time out to be here this evening. Thank you.